Hi, welcome. I am Shamia Cassiano, and I am going to be teaching you all about how to create Instagram story ads from scratch. I'm literally going to take you from A to B and give you some pretty cool tips, if I do say so myself, on how to use Instagram story ads to grow your following. First things first, I'm Shania, like I mentioned before. I'm a photographer, designer, and gamer. I currently run a Patreon based stock image library that focuses on influencer style stock photos that primarily focuses and features women of color. And I am super passionate about that. And I'm also passionate about helping other creatives like myself utilize their skills and talents and leverage it into brand deals and really cool, amazing opportunities to travel and speak and make money online. So, I'm going to try to do this all in one take because I really want to take y'all from the beginning all the way through to the review stage of creating Instagram story ads. So the first things first, I do want to apologize for my new makeup face, and I actually just shaved my head literally not yesterday but the day before, and so I don't have any makeup on because I want to go swimming after this, and I'm trying to tan my white ass scalp. My scalp was so white. I was out there for a little bit, but anyway, that's not why you're here. You're here because you want to grow your Instagram following. You're here because you maybe want to become an influencer, a micro influencer. Either way, you're actually here because you want to create a little bit more time freedom in your life. You want to create actual freedom, flexibility, things like that. And I know I have many friends who use social media, like myself, to really create this sense of freedom for themselves and to not have a cap on how much they earn and to not be restricted in where they are in order to make money. So if that sounds interesting to you, then you're in the right place, and I am here to provide as much value as possible. I'm really gonna, again, I keep mentioning this, but I am gonna try to do this all in one take because I hate editing, if I'm honest. Even though I went to school for acting and film, editing was never my favorite part of class and assignments and homework and all that, and it still blows my mind that I'm using my degree in such a way that I never thought, like, little me, the one who dreamed about being an actress and doing all this kind of like stuff, she never would have thought social media would have been her ticket to like freedom and pursuing all her other passions. So it's really cool. But let's get right into it. First things first, in terms of Instagram story ads, you want to have a purpose for them. What is your intention with this? Do you want to grow your following? Obviously. Are you promoting something? Do you have like a webinar, a giveaway, an ebook, or just a guide, a checklist, whatever it is? You may want to utilize what you have in terms of content and put that in the ad to promote. You don't have to do that. I'm going to show you what I used. I'm going to show you the ad that didn't work because there was no focus, and I'm going to show you why it's important to have a focus behind your ads. And first, I'm going to show you some numbers. Here, I'm going to bring this in, is the data that I wrote down in April. I started with about 1421 in the beginning, I guess. And then in May, I jumped to 1598 because I was really like pounding the pavement and like really putting shit into it. And then in June, I decided to try different marketing and growth hacks for Instagram that maybe other people weren't really talking about, or if they're using it, they weren't sharing that shit. So I wanted to try my hand. So one of the methods, which we're talking about today, was Instagram story ads. I can talk about all the other methods if you want. Let me know down below in the comments. I can make a different video about that. But we're focused on Instagram story ads. Boo-boo. So I started the ad on June 26th. And at that point, I had 2166 in terms of followers. And then I just went day by day. I let this ad run for about a week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about a week or so. I don't have the 30th or the 1st numbers on here because I just forgot to write them down, if I'm honest. But when I remembered on the 2nd and the 3rd, I came and I did that. But in total, just a week of doing $5 a day, $35 total, I went and gained almost 200 followers from Instagram story ads only. So that's pretty cool. I do think if I could run these ads every day for 4 weeks, I can add roughly anywhere between 772 minimum up to like 800, 900. Of course, these numbers are going to vary for you depending on how strong your ads are, how strong your targeting is. And I'm just going to show you that I didn't just get these numbers like right out the gate. It was really a trial and error type of thing. So let's get into it. Again, I'm going to try to do this all in one take, so sorry if there are some mistakes, but here is the first ad that I ran. And this is what I mean when I say you need to have an intention, you need to have a purpose, because I didn't try Instagram post ads, where you just boost a post in your normal Instagram feed, and it didn't do what I thought it was going to do, right? It brought people to my page, but it didn't really, they didn't really have, I didn't have like a call to action. I was just like posting my content, and it was more for awareness and just like getting eyes on my profile. But again, those didn't really work for me. I know there are people who swear by regular Instagram feed ads, and if that's you, that's awesome. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Post that shit in the comments if that works for you, because I would love to know. Any little bit helps, right? But yeah, this is the ad that I first created for Instagram story ads after I heard how great they were for, practically nothing. And just to reiterate, I spent $5 a day, and that was my budget. But I'm going to show you how great it is if your targeting is really on point and all that. Like it could come out to a lot less than you thought. But anyway, this was one of my first ads, and I'm gonna let it play so that you can see what we were working with. Now, a few things. One, like I said, I didn't really have a focus. When I first created this ad, I just wanted people to follow me, and I thought going the funny meme route was enough, right? But I quickly learned, thanks to Instagram story ad analytics, that people weren't responding to it. There's a part in the analytical section of the ad creation like dashboard or whatever, it tells you how relevant your ads are. And so I could not get my relevancy up past 3, and it's out of 10. And so that's not good. And I was like, man, why aren't people responding to this ad? I think it's pretty funny, but it just wasn't relevant. I didn't really have a goal in mind. I was just, throwing my shit together and doing whatever. Also, let me know if you want me to show y'all how to create an ad like this. I did all of it from my iPhone because, like I said, your girl does not like editing. But if you want me to include a tutorial on how to do that, I can just post below in the comments, or give me a like. Just let me know somehow, some way, so that I'm creating content that you guys that y'all. I need to stop saying you guys. Like, it's 2018, y'all. Folks. No, but I can totally do that for y'all. But I created this Instagram story ads. You only have 15 seconds if you decide to go the video route. I did for this one, and I was just like, you know what? This is whatever. I also use stock footage. Again, let me know if y'all want a video on that. I can show y'all from start to finish on how to create an Instagram story, like the ad itself. I'm not going to show you that now because then this video would be 30 minutes long if it's not going to be already. And I'd rather just separate and segment the video. So if you want a separate video on how to make an ad from scratch, video, Instagram ad, let me know below. But yeah, so this just didn't have a focus. My relevancy score, I couldn't get it past 3. And so I was like, back to the drawing board. Another tip, don't stop romanticizing your content. If the market is telling you this shit's not working, like, you can't force it. You can't just try to put a square peg into a round hole. Like, it's just not gonna happen. So don't get attached and don't get offended. It's nothing personal. These people don't know you, right? So you want them to get to know you. And so in order to do that, you have to create content that's valuable and relevant to your audience. So keep that in mind. This was not. So I squashed it. After a few more trials and errors, I came up with this one. This was Ziwina. This ad is the ad that worked supremo. My relevancy score, I got it up to a 9 out of 10. And the per click rate, cost per click, I should say, I'm about to show y'all all that. But yes, it worked beautifully, and I actually got, I started to get discouraged, right, a little bit, because the first ad I showed you was my first ad, but I probably created 4 to 7 ads, and this was like the 7th ad. And so I just want y'all to know, like, it's not just gonna be wham bam, you get that shit and you get your life, and then the money and the people and the following just start rolling in. Like, that's not how it fucking works. How it works is you fail a lot, and then you figure out what's not working. You stop doing that, and then you figure out what is working, and you do more of it. And that's basically it. And then you rinse, repeat. And so with this one, I'm going to explain to you why this works. And I actually got this tip off another YouTuber, and I've been watching a lot of like teenage entrepreneurs, and they are amazing. If you are older, I just turned 30 on Saturday, but if you're older, I think it's important to get your knowledge from all walks of life, not just people your age and older, but people who are young. Like, these are the people actually actively participating in social media and making it what it is today. It's not baby boomers, okay? It is not them. So I'm just going to show you all the parts of the ad that worked, and then if you want another video just breaking down how to create something like this, because again, I made this entire thing from my phone, which thank you very much. But yes, so obviously I'm a photographer, And I realized that, like I said before, this ad had no focus, right? Like, what is this? It had like a thing what people think entrepreneurship is like versus what entrepreneurship is actually like. Like, that's funny. That's probably something I could just post on my Instagram story and like my followers would get a kick out of it, but not so much for complete strangers trying to convert them into from cold leads to warm leads. Like, this is something warm leads would probably appreciate from me. I love comedy. I love making people laugh. If you follow me, you will know that a lot of comments that I get, sometimes they're not the best. And instead of, just, meeting them low and doing that kind of shit, I like to roast them. I like to be funny. I like to bring like a positive, happy environment. And so I thought, I like being funny. Let me make a funny Instagram ad. And no, that's more of a like brand builder. Like, you post that shit like for people to fall in love with you even more. Like, oh, this chick is so funny. Not for people to like start. It's not a beginner type of content. It's more of a warm, hot lead type of thing, if that makes any sense. But anyway, the ad that worked. This ad, first of all, this is me and these pictures. As you can see, these are self-portraits. So I realized that a lot of the questions that I get have to deal with growing your IG and my selfies. And a lot of people thought that my husband helped me take these. And boy, bye, he could never. I am teaching him. I'm giving him photography lessons, and he's gotten way, way, way better. But no, this is me. And I am gonna record a video on how to take like things like this. But let me know again if that's something you want me to like rush forward or take my time on that. But anyway. So this is me. Again, I created this entire ad on my phone using several different apps. But this ad, as you can see, has a clear purpose, and it has a clear call to action, which I'm about to point to in a second. And it's captivating, right? Like, if you saw this and you saw these photos of me, you'd be like, oh, okay, wow, she knows what she's doing. This is cute, right? I'm a photographer, so Polaroids, like, it fits. And then I say, like, this is a self-portrait. This is also a self-portrait because these photos look like someone else took them. But I want to show people that you can take selfies for your brand, and you can really step that shit up. And then this is a tip right here that I got from the YouTuber that I was that I mentioned before. I'm gonna see if I can find him again and then post a link to his channel below. But anyway, brilliant advice, so I'm sharing it with you right now. This part, follow and DM. I just realized my cursor is not. I don't know what it is. I just have to. That's funny. But where it says follow and send DM, I only respond to followers. This creates a call to action, and it gives them sort of a push to ask me about this, right? So this was not like a ebook that I had. It wasn't a guide. It wasn't a webinar. I could have done that, but instead, I'll show you what I did. But first, why this works. Well, first of all, you want to grow your following, right? So having them follow you is step one. Step two, sending a DM, it gets the algorithm, the IG algorithm, to believe that these people who see your ad, one, it's relevant, right? That's why my score went up to 9. Two, they decide to follow me, so my content might be great enough for them to want to follow me. And 3, they're sending me a DM, so maybe these are my friends. And so the algorithm is like, okay, we're gonna push your content to you, more people, more to these people, more to other people, things like that. So and then I just put like the little Instagram logo and an arrow, because in the ad itself you're gonna see that sorry, I have like sunscreen on and it's like rubbing off. But yes, so then in the Instagram story ad, your, where that arrow is at the top, your page name is gonna be there, and so it'll help them, like, okay, I'll just click there, follow her like that. Unfortunately, you can't like tag yourself or, you know, put like clickable tags on it, but it'll come with like a swipe up link, and you can put your actual page link in the ad. Or of course, if you have a landing page, a website, or something you're selling, it's gonna look a little different. But this for me was about growing my following and connecting and building a community. And so I'll tell you the other part of what I did. So this worked really well. I'm going to show you all the things that worked really well with this. But this worked really well. And when people sent me a DM, at the end of the day, I would send them a video message back, and I would just share with them some little facts. I would just tell them, you know, I'm grateful that you followed me. I really appreciate you. And just being sincere in my gratitude, and that they found me and that they responded. But what I also started doing that helped with this, that was sort of a combo thing I had going on, was on my normal feed, in my captions, I started to put the information around this. So learn how to grow your IG. When I would post on my feed, my caption would be learn how to grow your IG. And then I would give them about 3 to 5 steps on how to grow it. And then I would post another post, take better selfies for your brand. I would post like helpful information. So then when I went into my DMs, I had somewhere to show them, somewhere to send them. But if you have an ebook or a webinar or things like that where you can collect email responses, that might even be better. Next time, I think when I run this, I'm going to funnel people into my Facebook group, which I'll link down below if you're interested, and do it like that. So just be mindful of, again, you have to really plan out the purpose of this ad. You don't just want to like put up an ad all willy-nilly and just think, all right, I'm just going to gain a following or whatever. Really think about building a community and responding to people. Like for me, people have really told me that they enjoy the video messages because, one, no one does that, right? Imagine if Gary Vee sent you a video message after you DM'd him. Like, that would change your fucking life. So I'm trying to get in that mindset, like, what if Marie Forleo did this? Like, this would feel so special. And I'm just me. Like, I'm not saying I'm anywhere near those people, but I have the time now. So imagine in the beginning, someone could be like, you know, oh, I remember when Marie Forleo was just coming up, she sent me a video message on Instagram, and I like never forgot about it. Like, those people become your fans, right? You want to create people that actually care about what you're doing, right? And the only way to do that is to care about them. Like, you have to actually care about people. I don't know how else to say it. Like, this is not going to work if you don't give a fuck about people. I mean, you might have short-term gains, but if you're about like a legacy, building a community, and really providing value, then I hope you stick around my channel, because this is what we're all about, and I definitely want to build that kind of community with y'all. So let's get to the actual ad creation itself. So I told y'all, broke it down why this is the winning ad, right? Now I'm going to show y'all the, I'm going to see if I could put it. Hold on, I have to, okay. I'm gonna try to see, here we go. That way I can try to keep it on screen, you know? Hold on. Okay. There, kind of see it in the background. So this one is it, follow and DM. I decided to just make that shit like real easy. But here it is. I had 992 clicks, 122,000 reach, 130,000 impressions, and I got my cost per click to 1 cent. My budget was $5, and I actually only spent $12.37. Now you're probably like, how the fuck did you only like spend that much? The thing is, and this is how frequently they showed my ad to, you know, people, which is funny because 106 is my husband's a lucky number, so that's cute. Thanks, universe, appreciate that. But yeah, so the reason why it was only 12 is because it was so relevant and these were so cheap. Like, I didn't have to spend that much. So that was pretty neat. However, the fact that I only spent 12 on the ad that worked says something, because the other ads I did, they, like this is one, oh, it's not going to show me. Interesting. I wonder why. But anyway, and I spent way more on those. So just understand that sometimes it'll probably cost you more to fail than when you actually succeed, which is awesome. Sucks in the beginning, but awesome in terms of, you know, getting your shit together. But anyway, let's go on and create this ad before this shit is like 40 minutes. And these are real simple. You're going to go into your ads manager, whatever that is, and you're going to hit create. Let's hit start over. So this is what you're going to see. You want to go to traffic, right? And you want to name it whatever I'm going to do. Follow and DM to continue. And then it's going to tell you like all this other stuff. You're going to keep it on website. I like to change the ad set name to Boss Bays. You can name that whatever you want. And then you want to do audience, no, not custom audience, but location. You can hit browse, and if you hit select all, you'll do worldwide, and that way you don't really have to worry. Like, it'll figure out like where your target people are most frequent and do it automatically for you. And then age range, whatever your demographic age range is, I put 18 to I think it was 34, 35. And then my demographic is women. If you have both, then just put both. And then obviously you want to do English all. And then detailed targeting. This is the bee's knees. I'm going to show you though the targeting that I used after I show you this. So you want to just start putting personal brands. You want to start with those. Of course, you want to do Gary. You also want to see what the suggestions are. So you could do Grant Cardone, Lewis Howes, the 4-Hour Work Week, entrepreneurship, social media marketing. Marie Forleo is obviously a good one. You want to put a little bit of subjects like owner, CEO is pretty good. Female Entrepreneur Association. And so things like that. Like things that, if you're having a hard time in this, just think about what you love the part of you, right, that is associated with the thing that you're doing, like your niche. Obviously, as a photographer, they're going to be, personal brand photographers that, of course, I would love to put in this, but I have to put myself in the mindset of my target audience for what my intention is, right? For what my goal is. And so for me, my overall end goal, 1 is to get people into my Facebook group, and 2 is to grow my stock library, my stock image library on Patreon. So with those 2 in mind, I have to think about the type of people that would use my stock image library and the type of people who I want to occupy my Facebook group with. But obviously, if you have an ebook, a webinar, you already know the kind of people that you're trying to attract with this ad. Just reverse engineer that shit and you'll find your answers. So, but a tip is we're usually our own target market, right? Except we are a few steps ahead, right? If we are experts, then our target audience are us before we knew what we know now, right? So hopefully that helps you a little bit. And yeah, so then you just keep adding. I like to add as much as possible where this number, the potential reach, is, I feel like 51 million is a bit high. So let's do a few more of these. I'm going to put in Lewis and then see what suggestions. Think and Grow Rich, Grant Cardone, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Richard Branson, that female entrepreneur. Actually, I'll keep that. I'll get rid of this and that. And then you just want to keep adding until I say a good number would be anywhere between about 20 million to 53. I mean, I've seen people with like 70, 80 million, but I mean, we want to go deep. It doesn't matter how wide we are, we want depth, right? So you want to do that. Then you want to go to placements. You want to make sure that the stories is the only thing highlighted. Okay, y'all, because everything else is just not going to be a good look. So make sure that is, if this is checked, obviously uncheck that shit and then hit stories. Then you want to make sure all mobile devices. Here, your daily budget. I like to do daily budget versus a lifetime budget because, I don't know, it just feels less like they're trying to take your money. You know what I mean? So I feel like the ads spend your money much more wisely than the lifetime budget. But whatever you're comfortable with, you can do that. I'd say anywhere between $1 to $5 is great. If you're testing, why not do $1 to $3? I would say $3 to get a really well-rounded thing, and then leave it alone. Seriously, here's the key. Leave it alone for at least 24 hours before you make any pivots, because anything before that, you're kind of just like guessing. But after 24 hours, 48 hours, you definitely have a lot clearer understanding of what's working and what's not. However, if you see this shit is sinking, like it's a sinking ship, then abort mission and just cut the ad, review your analytics, and see, okay, this is working, this is not working. Okay, my relevancy score is low, so that means like they're not clicking on my ad, so then it's the ad itself, or maybe it's the target audience. So I think it's usually those two things. Some people are like, we'll just put more money into it. I'm not about that life. Let's be smarter, okay? and then link clicks, and then you're good. And then here you see like you'll spend no more than $35 per week, and then you hit continue. It'll take you to the actual ad part, and then you just choose whichever one. I say either a single image or a single video would be better than a carousel, because once people swipe, honey, they swipe in for good. Unless your shit is super captivating, super compelling, I would say a single image, just get it in one go, or a single video. And again, remember, video 15 seconds, can't be a second longer than that. It will not show. So then you're going to want to upload your image. Going to do that. Again, they also have free stock images. Ooh, I should talk to Facebook about that. And then you'll see a preview, right, of your ad right here. And then you want to keep this to website, and then you want to put in your Instagram page, right? And then that is going to be when they swipe up, it'll take them right onto your page. See, I also have the arrow, again, pointing to my little picture so they can see who I am, and they could just click that if they prefer. It's just giving people two options, right? Let them know. And then you can always change your call to action to learn more. If you have an offer, get offer, download, download, contact us, whatever one you think fits better. Oh, listen now. That is going to be great for musicians. I'm excited for that. And then you just want to double check everything, right? You just want to review. Okay. Make sure your money's right. Okay. And, make sure that your ad has a good name. Let's do follow NDM2 for you. Hit confirm. And then bam, you have created your Instagram story ad. It's pretty simple, pretty painless. I personally feel like these are way easier than regular Facebook ad. I'm sorry, I'm just going to shut it off because I'm not actually going to run that ad. Personally, I'm having a much easier time with Instagram story ads than Facebook ads themselves. I mean, again, it's just something that I prefer. Plus, I really love Instagram, and I feel like Instagram stories are not being, utilized to their fullest potential in the same way that Facebook ads are. So yeah, that's basically it. I would love to know if you have any other questions, if you want me to make any other videos, let me know how this video went. But I really appreciate you, and feel free to check out my Facebook group down below. You can also check out my Patreon if that's something that interests you. And yeah, I'll see you next time with a new video. And I'll be out in the comments chatting with y'all and building a community. But I hope that you found this helpful, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bye.